The third Quarter Quell, or the 75th Hunger Games, could have gone down very differently. The rebels of course sabotaged the games. They had half the tributes in on their plan, and even the game maker Plutarch Heavensbee himself was part of it. But what if the rebels had not interfered? This was a question that really intrigued me, and today we're going to go over how I think the 75th Hunger Games would have gone if it was played like any other Hunger Games. I guess you could call this a bit of a fan fiction, but much of what I'm going to go over really did happen in the book. I'm just going to tweak certain things and of course come up with my own ending and who I think would be crowned victor. If you enjoy this video, please consider liking and sharing. It will greatly help to grow and sustain the channel. And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, and you can also follow me on all of my other social medias, all of which are linked down below, and all of which house similar content that I make here on this channel. This video was sponsored by CyberGhost VPN. With over 38 million users worldwide, this is the most recommended VPN on the market, so I want to tell you about it. A VPN is essential for protecting your digital privacy, and if you think you're already covered because you use incognito mode, think again. Plenty of eyes are watching you every time you go online. To put a stop to this privacy invasion, what you need is CyberGhost VPN. Just turn on CyberGhost VPN before you browse, and it encrypts and reroutes 100% of your traffic through their secure servers, so no one will even know about your online activity. By the way, by changing your location with CyberGhost, you can also unblock libraries from over 40 streaming platforms like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and many more. It's amazing. The app is available for all operating systems and can protect up to 7 devices at the same time for you. That's a lot of devices, so you can always share your subscription with family or friends. What's more, CyberGhost doesn't even keep logs, so not even they know what you do online. If you want to keep prying eyes at bay and be anonymous online, now's the perfect time to get CyberGhost VPN. And by using the link in the description, you benefit from an 83% discount, and you also get 4 months for free. And since they have a 45-day money-back guarantee and access to 24/7 customer support, everything is risk-free for you. So use the link in the description, get CyberGhost VPN, and start protecting your digital life today. My own third Quarter Quell will have all of the same tributes, once again all chosen from the existing pool of victors. From District 1, one of the career districts, we have the sibling duo of Gloss and Kashmir. From District 2, the other career district, we have Brutus and Enobaria. From District 3, we have Beatty and Wyrus. From District 4, we have Finnick Odair and Mags Flanagan. From District 5, we have 2 unnamed tributes. From District 6, we have the male Morphling and the female Morphling. From District 7, we have Blight and Joanna Mason. From District 8, we have Wolf and Cecilia. From Districts 9 and 10, we have 4 more unnamed tributes. From District 11, we have Chaff and Cedar, and rounding it off from District 12, we have Peter Malark and Katniss Everdeen. As the tributes are the same, the arena will be the same as well, being in the form of a clock. And in the center of the clock, which is surrounded by water, is where the cornucopia sits. The clock would again use time to present all sorts of deadly obstacles landing at each hour. Plutarch is still the game maker, but we're gonna remove the fact that he's part of the rebel plot. In fact, there is no rebel plot. Plutarch was just a game maker who worked his way up to gain this position. Before the game started, we'll stick with Katniss only wanting to team up with Mags, Beatty, and Wyrus. We'll also stick with the careers Districts 1 and 2 forming an alliance, and the fact that Mags and Finnick did not join them, despite the fact that they are normally a career district. Mags, of course, would never join them, and Finnick would do whatever Mags wanted, considering the fact that she practically raised him. Going off the new prequel book Sunrise on the Reaping, we find out... Wait. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to be spoiled, skip to whatever time is on the screen right now. We learn that Mags was Haymitch's mentor for his games, meaning she would be inclined to form an alliance with Katniss and Peeta, Haymitch's mentees. Now getting back to the actual games, I'll keep the fact that Katniss and Finnick were the first to the cornucopia. I'll also keep the fact that Finnick saves Katniss, killing the District 5 male. However, he does not do this because of the rebel plot. Again, there is no rebel plot. He instead does this because Mags wanted to team up with District 12. They once again secure the cornucopia, fighting off the careers, and Katniss still puts an arrow in Gloss's leg. Katniss and Finnick get the supplies they need, and when they leave the cornucopia, the careers take it over. Meanwhile, we're gonna keep the fact that Beatty retrieves the coil of wire and the fact that his back is sliced in the process. Like in the book, he and Wiress escape together. However, Joanna doesn't try to team up with them because she has no need to try and get Katniss on her side, which was the only reason why she actually teamed up with them. Joanna instead leaves the cornucopia with her fellow District 7 tribute Blight. Following the bloodbath, we'll keep the same deaths. The male morphling is killed in the bloodbath, but the female morphling gets away. Both tributes from District 8, Wolf and Cecilia, are killed. Both of the unnamed tributes from District 9 are killed. The unnamed District 10 female is killed, and the District 11 female Cedar also loses her life. Peeta, Katniss, Finnick, and Mags all take refuge in the jungle, and just like in the book, Peeta hits the force field, stopping his heart. Unlike the novel though, Finnick has no reason to try and save Peeta, which was extremely difficult for him to do. So Peeta dies here. I don't think anyone would question the fact that Finnick didn't do anything to try and revive Peeta, especially because his heart literally stopped. Finnick had to restart his heart. In fact, I think that most people were surprised that he even put that much effort into saving Peeta. So Peeta is left to die, and Katniss continues on with Finnick and Mags. And obviously Katniss is very affected by this death. We'll keep the fact that they are pursued by the fog, but Mags does not die here. They all make it out because Finnick doesn't need to carry Peeta, meaning he could ensure that Mags was safe. However, when they face the monkey mutts, I'm going to have Mags be killed here. They become overrun, and without Peeta being there to fight them off, it's only 2 people against the mutts rather than 3. Missing that third person makes the mutts pin them together and they kill Mags. Finnick then lashes out in anger and kills enough to clear a path to get to safety. When Katniss sees him in this rage following their escape, she realizes that with Mags gone, he might kill her, so she runs away, going off on her own. Like in the book, I'll also have the female morphling be killed by the monkey mutts, but not because she saves Peeta, but simply because the monkey mutts are able to find her in her camouflage and they maul her to death. Katniss was right to flee. With Mags gone, Finnick had no allegiance to her. He was only staying with her because it was what Mags wanted, and he would do whatever Mags said. While Katniss is off on her own, Finnick teams up with Joanna Mason, who just came out of the Blood Rain. We'll keep the fact that Blight, Joanna's fellow District 7 tribute, died here, running into the force field when the blood rain covered his eyes. Finnick and Joanna teaming up makes sense, because they were very close, Joanna even knowing all about Finnick's close relationship with Mags. They had been victors together for a few years, and were the same age, so I'm sure they interacted a lot and got to know each other, and that's pretty clear from the way they treat each other in the arena during the actual book. Getting back to Katniss, she eventually finds Beetee and Wiress, the other 2 tributes she wanted to team up with, and they form an alliance. I'm then gonna have Haymitch send them a sponsor gift of Advanced Capital Cream that helps Beetee's gash on his back, which is similar to what he gave Katniss and Peeta in the 74th games. Haymitch doing this of course makes sense because in the new book... Wait, once again, spoiler alert. If you don't want to be spoiled, skip to the time that's on the screen. We learn that Haymitch and Beetee actually work together, and we find out that Haymitch did not come through on his promise to Beetee, which was to ensure that his son had a quick and painless death. So I feel like sending this cream is the least that Haymitch could do, and it might help his conscience a bit. Like in the book, Wiress's constant dialogue of tick-tock makes Katniss figure out that the arena is a clock. Katniss and Beetee begin discussing how to use the coil of rope that Beetee had gotten, while Wiress, who's not entirely right in the head, wanders off a bit. This leads her right to Gloss on the edge of the jungle, and he kills her just like he did in the book. Gloss then calls the other careers over, but by the time they get there, Katniss and Beetee were gone. They had fled. I'll keep the fact that the unknown District 5 female is killed by a wave enacted by the clock at 10 o'clock. On top of that, we'll again have the District 10 male be killed by either the same wave or by the mutt that came out at 6 o'clock. Now, let's look at who's left at this point. All 4 careers, Gloss, Cashmere, Brutus, and Enobaria, Beetee and Katniss, who are still teamed up, Finnick and Joanna, who still have an alliance, and finally Chaff from District 11. I'm gonna say that the careers go hunting at this point, and they eventually stumble upon Chaff, who is all alone. Like in the book, Brutus will once again be the one to take his life. I'm then going to have Joanna and Finnick, who are a deadly pair, take on an offensive approach and hunt the careers down. They enact a sneak attack, and they're able to kill the District 1 tributes, taking out the brother and sister duo of Gloss and Kashmir, but Brutus and Enobaria get away. Meanwhile, Beatty is working with Katniss to use the coil of wire he had gotten, hoping to use it to kill a number of tributes, just as he had done in his games. However, before they have a chance to rig it, they're ambushed by Brutus and Enobaria. Brutus kills Beatty, but Katniss immediately puts an arrow in his chest. Katniss then points her bow at Enobaria, but she dodges the arrow, just as she had done at the start of the games, and she escapes. Not long after that though, Enobaria is hunted down by Finnick and Joanna, and in the 2-on-1 battle, Enobaria is killed, meaning all of the careers are taken out at this point. All that's left is Finnick, Joanna, and Katniss. Finnick and Joanna know that their alliance will be over if Katniss dies, meaning they would be pitted against each other. Both know that that could be a brutal battle that either of them could lose. Because of this, Joanna, being the more vicious and brutal between the two, turns on Finnick before he can turn on her, and she puts an axe in his head. It then comes down to just Katniss and Joanna. When they come face to face, Katniss tries to take her out with an arrow from a distance, but Joanna either dodges or blocks them with her axe. When Joanna is able to move in to make it hand-on-hand combat, Katniss is no match for Joanna. Joanna kills her with her axe, crowning Joanna the victor of the 75th Hunger Games. And that is how I think the third quarter quell would have gone. I had a lot of fun making this, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I don't do a lot of fan fiction, but let me know in the comments below if I should. Don't forget to click on the link in the description to get the special discount CyberGhost VPN is granting to our channel's users. This application will protect your data while you browse and give you full access to all block content on the internet, so check it out. That's all I have for you guys today though. Thank you so much for watching.